Alright guys, so today we're going to be playing some historic arenas. So I just went to a recent RCQ for Modern, and I used to play Mono Red Phoenix, and I will tell you that deck was powerful when it first came out. However, it's not as powerful. This is pretty much the list. I had Dragon Rage Chandlers, I had Faithless Lutens, I have Swift Spears, Light Up Stage. I don't have Skewer, I do have Arc Lights. It's the name of the deck. Um, I do run in my modern list 15 mountains and 3 sunbaked canyons. Sunbakes are just in there for the draw. I did go with 2 surgical extractions main board because they can still hit lands, and it's a free spell. Where you're getting into the stuff that I don't really run is Galvanics, Unholies, Bolt Waves, Collateral Damage, and Skewer. Um, Bolt Wave I might start running because it can just replace a Lava Spike. I do like to run Lava Dart. It's 2 spells in one. And obviously, Metamorphose is just powerful in this list in the modern format. Today, we're just going to be playing some historic. Unfortunately, Arenas has not added Metamorphose yet. If they do, and they make it historic playable, I'm willing to bet this will be an actually good list, or a great list. It's already pretty good. But let's just get into some gameplay here. We're going to play ranked. I only play best of one on here. Um, we'll play some ranked Phoenix here and see how it goes. Hopefully, we can get a couple of wins, which is more than what I got at the RCQ. Unfortunately, I got one win that was a bye. My first game was against Amulet Titan, and he just comboed off and got unlimited mana and um, uh, unlimited mana and just could keep recasting everything. And eventually, he just beat me. There's nothing more to it. He 2 0'd me. My second round was against Boros Energy, which I was kind of scared about. But in my sideboard, I run 4 Leyline of Sanctity. I felt like that was good in that matchup. Um, Maybe I was wrong. I just didn't want the Flash to be able to target me. Um, but after game 1, he ended up getting uh, games 2 and 3. I got game 1. Um, but still, like I said, it wasn't great. I just misplayed right there. Um, my next matchup in round 3 was Demir Frog, and I sideboard for Leyline of the Void to keep him from being able to give the frogs flying. Um, you know, the age-old question: if a frog had wings, it wouldn't bump its butt every time it jumped. But you know, we kind of clipped the wings on it. Didn't matter. He got game 2. It didn't matter that I had um, the ley line out. Um, and then game 3, that deck doesn't run a lot of basics, so I figured maybe if I Blood Moon him, I can slow him down enough to where I could just win. Um, that didn't work either. He did fetch a basic before before I could just Blood Moon him and lock him out of the game. And he managed to draw Otawara and flip it to my hand. The Moon. At this point, he had already ulted a Tameo, played a Frog, and after that point, he just discarded his hand and pretty much half his deck, or not pretty much, it was half his deck, and just won. But hopefully we can get back there with the Phoenix list. I would love to get a good Phoenix list. I know I should have surgical that when I had the chance. Um, I would love to see Phoenix pop up in the modern format again. I just don't think it's time for it. The format just got a little too quick with Corey Steel Cutters and everything like that. It's just too quick for a Phoenix list. He's pretty much telling me, nope, I don't even get another turn. He's going to activate it, and that's going to be a good game. Yep. I tried to make that list. Charbelcher is a good list. It's Pop Mono Blue Belcher's a good list in Modern even, and I do keep saying Modern because that's the paper format I do like to play. I enjoy it more than most. I used to be a standard only player, but after realizing, everything just rotates. Um, Phoenix and modern as format has been more where I want to play, and Phoenix is just the first list I really learned how to play. Which it's mono red. It's pretty straightforward. You do this, that happens. You do that, this happens. Kind of deck. But I do enjoy it. Now, I have seen a lot of the Is It Prowess lists popping back up with Corey Steelcutters, and I've always said this about an Is It deck. Mono red's faster. Just play mono red. It's faster. We'll probably go here. I don't like that as much as I don't mind dealing with the other. There we go. I mean, I ain't gonna tag. He's probably just gonna chump it, and then absolutely nothing happens where I'm tapped out. Yep. Now let's hope we just rip a Faithless Loot and draw into an Arclight and another land, and then we can actually do something. I don't like that he pushed that Play of Fire. That makes me think he's got one. Exactly. Probably wouldn't have done it too. I would have probably just went ahead and played with fire and then considered next turn. I mean, this just doesn't seem like a bad play. Getting a threat back on the field. And, yep, that was a pretty good play to hold up that. Now, I do run Slick Shots in my modern list, so I know how powerful that card can actually be. There's so much on the stack it won't even let me see how to click. And here we go with this. Only thing I don't like, I do see the Lurrus over there. I do have the Unholy Heat to deal with that Lurrus, if that is his play. Start getting things back out of the yard. I think I just Lotto Sage here. I'm not in, as long as you don't counter it, it seems like not a terrible play. So we have creature. We don't have a land in the yard is the problem. And unfortunately, in this format, there's no way to get a land in the yard unless you just outright mill it with the Dragon's Rage. You don't have fetches. Well, you do have Fiery Islets and Sunbaked Canyons and that sort of interaction, but there's no real way to fuel the yard in this format, which kind of makes it a little difficult to play Delirium based cards. The main reason I'm playing this is it's another removal spell. If that wasn't 3, then it's a pretty good removal spell. But unfortunately, it's got 3 toughness. It's just hard to, like I said, it's hard to fuel the yard in a format that doesn't run fetch land or doesn't have accessibility to fetch lands. And now I'm just drawing dead at this point. I thought that was Lyris. That's Gigantha. Maybe I should learn to read. Now I could just outright draw the Skewer the Critics and just kill it. I don't think he has many counters, just from the way he is playing. Seems like he's more of an aggro list, kind of like I am. I think we just have to try and force it. Either he didn't have, like I said, didn't have a counter, didn't even have a spell. See, this is what I mean by now I'm drawing dead. I don't have a way to deal with that Symmetry Sage, and I'm just going to get beat down by technically a 3/3. And now he's got two of them. I'm going to kill this before he goes to attacks. And I think I might be able to save this turn. Nope, he got it. This looks like it might just be like, is it prowess list for this format, which is actually, is it prowess is actually doing really good right now in modern, and it's a really strong list. With the addition of Corey Steelcutters, it's been able to kind of just not really take over the format yet. I'm waiting on Ocelot Pride to get banned, and once it's banned, Boros Energy won't be a thing. And the only reason I see them banning that, it's kind of like what most um, most bands, how most of them come to be. It might not necessarily be the best deck in the format if more of the format is being played as a certain deck. Wizards will not hesitate to ban that whole list, and once they do, or not the whole list, but they'll ban one card and makes the whole list unplayable. And that's something I've just seen happen more often than not. Unless the deck's absolutely just dominating the format, then they'll just do it just because it's dominating the format, honestly. They don't want any deck to just be head and shoulders better than everything else. And this guy's lucky I'm not playing Pillage. I would just literally set him back to 1 mana if I was. Really don't have a play here. Not with my Unholy Heats and Discharges. Yeah, we'll keep that. I'll lose that Unholy Heat. That doesn't seem terrible at this point. Especially when next turn. Still need that one land. That's the only bad thing I see about playing the Sunscorched in here is, yeah, it does trigger Light of the Stage and Skewer the Critics, but it's not a red mana. It's not gaining me that extra. I mean, it's basically making it where I can't play spells a turn. And see, this is what's really hurting with the not having the land in the yard. Yeah, I don't see much of a way out of this one. He's got a reach, dude, that's a lot bigger than my guy. And this is kind of the same scenarios I was getting put in at my RCQ that I competed in. Is unless you can just beat them before they can um, realize kind of what's going on, you probably just lose the game. Um, you got to be extremely quick when you're playing this deck. Um, and modern, like I've said, it's a 3-turn format, and unless you're playing a deck that's a 2-turn deck, it's going to be hard to win. And another, just a little piece of advice: if anyone out there is going to compete in paper Magic, showing up to an RCQ or a bigger event with a deck that's most likely just outdated might not be the best idea. Um, just a thought. Like I said, I thought I could bring Phoenix. I thought I could bring it back from the ashes. Nah, that deck might be um, done for, especially in the modern format. That didn't feel like as strong of a play as it could have. I forgot to get the one out of the yard. Actually, that isn't terrible, but I'm an idiot. I could have got a Phoenix back that turn. That was just a misplay. He probably plays Ruby Medallion here. Or Triumph, but that's an instant, so I don't see him doing it right now. Mizium Mortars. Yeah, that's fine. And I've done that like that because I might not have a target for Galvanic next turn. But I do have targets for these. He can change Triumph. He might have locked me out of this game at this point already. And, there's a Torch of Defiance. That's strong. But this is what I mean by, Phoenix, it might not be that strong of a deck. Now, I am getting kind of hurt by my own land base here. And we can actually just go change that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the Skewers for Play with Fires. I know it's one less mana, or one less damage, but it's 2 less mana. And it's always 1 mana. It's never a conditional cost. So and we'll just add play with fires in there. And now let's see if that makes any bit of difference. This is something I wish you could do at an RCQ, is just change your deck around a little bit. They need to make that kind of into a thing. I'm not saying completely change it. Like, there needs to be like a certain amount, which I know that's why there's sideboards and everything. But if I would have known before going what I know now, I probably would have just bit the bullet and ordered some steel cutters and just played that version of the list, or changed it and played that. This might be a really strong turn too, especially if you play something. He didn't. I'm not going to use the play fire yet. I will now. It doesn't matter if he counters this. That, it does not matter. Resolve. Yeah, it would have been nice to go ahead and do 3 to him, but we'll do this. Leave it on top. And we're going to surgical the no more lies. I see the settle there. That settle's going to be powerful against those phoenixes. But he really didn't have anything. He doesn't have any. Is that game? He might kick. He might have drawn an orange chant and kick it on my upkeep. I think I'm gonna go to attacks. See what happens. Okay, I do have the answer for that though. Yep. So yeah, I just went ahead and killed him. He thought he had the answer, but I already had the answer to his answer. I was honestly forgetting you can do Shark Typhoon and cycle it and get a token. 9 times out of 10, I just cycle it for 2 mana. And it's a 2 mana draw 1. Whenever I play my control list, or I'm just outright casting it and just playing Teferis and then playing more of them to get tokens. I do like that he's running Settle. I forget the name of it, but there's one suite that you can foretell, and it drops the cost. That might be better than that slot. He might be running them. Might be running both of them. This isn't a bad hand. I just have the control-y kind of aspect of red, if you can even call it that. The burn, the spot removal. Now, I could. Actually, I probably do this. I know it's a really good play in Modern when someone fetches to take that fetch. He's playing. Okay. I was hoping he had that in his hand. Um, I had a buddy who I forgot to get it out of the yard, but it doesn't matter. I had a buddy who was actually that happened to him. They had a land surgicaled, and it was the only land they had in their hand. So all their lands in hand were the same. Why am I targeting that? And they couldn't play anything because when the guy surgical, he surgicaled the only copy of that land, or surgical. It was a flooded strand, I think it was, or a delta. It was one of the blue fetches, um, and took every one of them, and he was landlocked at one for the entire game. So I have land, creature, instant. I need to get a sorcery, and it looks like I'm about to get one there. Um, I think I actually have to just jam the sorcery. Um, he might have an answer. It looks like he does have fatal push up. Um, and now if he has fatal push up, it doesn't matter because I got rid of. He hasn't had anything leave. He should have pushed the Dragon's Rage. There's another Phoenix in the yard. Doesn't do me much good whenever I can't return them. Now if he has a push, this is where it hits me. This is where I should have kept the surgical up. There's the push. Because when he goes to target, I could just surgical whatever he chooses. Which I think is going to be probably a glimpse of unthinkable. Alright, let's start here. We don't have counter magic up. Discard here. It doesn't matter because we only have one spell. I think we just wait one turn. Nope, it's over. He's gonna make me mill 10. At least. Oh wait, no, yeah, he's gonna make me mill 10. And if that, yep. Mill is good. It's hard to beat Mill. You think with a deck that would rather its cards be in the graveyard. Um, that meal wouldn't really hurt it, but whenever you're hell bent and can't um, play anything to get your phoenixes back, trust me, it hurts. I have seen a lot on this list though. It is popping up. The Izzet version, anyways, is popping up in Pioneer, and I haven't really played much Pioneer. I did play the Underworld Lotus Breach deck. Um, I thought it was pretty fun, but then they banned Underworld Breach, um, and once they done that, I kind of quit playing that format. I think I'll yard that. The reason I sacrificed there is because I can't. Um, it's gonna be. It would have dropped it what I'm about to do. Um, so low that it wouldn't have mattered. And he has, of course, Spirit Dancer. And I do know one card that I run in my modern list that I forgot to put in here, and that is Finale of Promise. Um, Finale of Promise, return instant, um, target instant and sorcery, so I can return a Faithless Looting and a Lightning Bolt, and that's two spells, and then the Finale itself counts as one, so that's a third spell that returns a Phoenix. Mainly what I was doing there is just trying to dig through and apply as much pressure as I could. I was digging. Now he's got two things that are both lethal that he has to deal with, and he plays a core Spirit Dancer. I don't think it gains him life. I don't know what he's looking for, but he's looking for something. Yep, and he didn't find it. Yeah, you just gotta with a mono red deck. Um, it's the most straightforward in most cases of lists. You turn stuff sideways. At the end of the day, you might be slinging spells to their face, but you're going to eventually just have to turn stuff sideways. Um, you're not winning by just controlling and making someone scoop. You're not winning by um, milling them out. You're not doing anything crazy or over the top. You're playing creatures. you're playing burn. This looks good on the draw. So he's just trying to draw cards too. Just gonna pass turn here. See, this would be the perfect time to have a Faithless Looting because I got 2 Phoenixes. I mean, he's got to do something, or if I draw the Faithless Looting, or I have 1 mana. Okay. I do that every time. I don't need land. And at this point, if I get the Faithless Looting, I will Faithless Looting, pitch the 2 Phoenixes, and Unholy Heat my own. Whenever you play a land, you may play an additional land at the beginning of your instead discard your hand. I still don't know what he's trying to do. Oh, okay. I think I just. I mean, I'm not trying to get these Phoenixes in the yard yet, then. I might just outright cast one if I can get the. Mana for it. I have no idea what this deck's doing. Is he just trying to draw a bunch of cards? Oh, and then he's just gonna do the whole combo all over again, isn't he? I just want to see how he wins here. Because he looks like he's going to try and win this turn. Or does he just storm up and play like Grape Shot? It'd be real funny if I had like a 1 mana target player draw so many cards, make him draw his whole deck, and then right as he goes to play, I'm assuming what's going to be a Thassa's Oracle or some kind of Lab Man kind of effect. I just counter it real quick, or make him draw rather. I've won a game of EDH by that, making someone, it was Blue Sun Zenith. I made my opponent draw cards, one more than what he had left, and I'll tell you, that was an annoying game to play. Uh, Imagine an EDH, everyone pretty much going through most of their entire deck. And I played Tadiova, so my whole goal was to go through my entire deck. Um, and I might go ahead and make a Tadiova list on Brawl on here. I think I have enough cards to do it. Like I said, I just want to see how he wins. I'm not going to scoop until he shows me that he wins the game. Yep, that's what I thought. I figured he'd storm up and grape shot. I don't know why he fought over the Tamiyo then. Like, that makes no sense. But other than that, guys, thank you all for watching. If you want to see me make another outdated modern list on here, just let me know. If this video gets 100 likes, I might go ahead and make that Brawl Tadiova list. If that's still a thing, I don't play much Brawl on arenas. But thank you all, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and like the video.